Welcome back, segment 4 of Sober Saturday Morning Coffee Table Titans in a doctor's office. 16 minutes ago, before it's time to get out of here, even though I'm having so much fun, I can still see straight. So,
someone get this guy a Coors Light, jeez.
I need a picture. Richie, take it, come on.
So we were just talking about the next card, the main event. So Chris has a fight announcement. So who are you fighting, Chris?
Yep, I'm going to be fighting Josh Halliday out of US MMA. Don't really know too much about the team. I'm not sure if I was saying his last name right. But yeah, I don't really know too much about him. I heard he's a blue belt. Seems like a pretty good school. Don't really know much about the team. But
it's his debut, right?
Yeah, it's going to be his debut. So looking forward to it. I know.
Fight longer than
6. I plan on being a little bit longer than 6 seconds this time. But obviously the last fight was my first fight. So I know what he's going to be going through and stuff, and it's exciting for him, and I'm just looking forward to a good scrap.
I'm telling you right now, I've only fought once myself, but it's all downhill from here. You went up to the best start.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm gonna retire there.
I actually said that to you in the locker room. Remember, I came up to you right after. I said, if you think this will ever get any easier, just quit.
No, yep.
Because that's as easy as it gets right there.
Yeah.
It'll never get any easier.
How do you top that? I mean,
that's what I'm saying.
I mean, I'm gonna try.
And well, that's what we're actually talking about on the way here. Like, he can't. He doesn't expect to do that again. There's no way he can. You can't plan for that. You can't train for something like that. That's not something you train for.
Lightning's not going to strike.
Right.
So
that's what I said to him. I said this fight is his chance to show everybody that was no fluke. Not the punch, the win.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter at this point in your career.
Yeah.
How you win. It just matters if you win.
Exactly.
Because there's no asterisk next to a W. It does I went from a second round finish to a 3-round decision against a much tougher guy. His record didn't speak for how good he actually was.
Exactly.
And you know what? I'm 2-0. I'm not 2 with a little asterisk -0. I'm 2-0. It doesn't matter.
I'm just personally looking forward to like really getting in there and showing that I'm more than just a guy who can throw my right hand. You know what I mean? Like I've been training for a couple of years, and I know a lot more than what I showed in that fight. I'm looking forward to just putting on a show. I know a lot of people say that, but like going in there and actually showing what I've learned over the years. So
Obviously, like, people think about like big moments in their life, like I imagine what my cage walkout, like women. I imagine what my wedding day is gonna look like. I was in the wedding business before this, and that was a big thing. I'm like, you probably imagine your wedding since you were a 4-year-old girl. Like,
salesman.
There's no way you could have imagined, like, if you're writing the perfect story, there's no way you could have wrote that story that way. I don't think that would cross anybody's mind.
Nope.
So that's kind of a...
Honestly, if you look at the pictures, like there's a picture of like after he hit the mat, the look on my face is like, wait, did that really just happen? Like, what the hell? I couldn't believe it in the moment. I was like, I gotta jump on this kid and finish this.
Yeah.
As a teammate, it was so fun to watch because I see everything behind it. I see all the hard works, all the late nights, all the tough days in the gym. You walking by, shaking your head, and you asking what's wrong. You upset with yourself, And then for it to accumulate like that and happen like that, it was for your debut to see how hard you worked. I can speak for the whole team. That was definitely the highlight of the night for Social Sport Fight. No question about it.
And, I'll put a disclaimer out here now because I get a lot of people asking me. The poster design, right up here.
A lot of people mad about that.
A lot of people get mad at me, and I was listen. I do all the poster design, all our graphics.
I know, right?
No thought at all goes into who the person on the poster is. Not once in my mind do I say, oh, Richie, I got to put Richie on this poster. I got to put Andy. I got to put Obi. I got to put Man Down. I got to put none of that.
Even
ever
though
happens.
I would look great on any poster you put up. But.
Yeah, but I never ever think about who I'm putting on the poster. It is a simple process. With creative people, like writer's block, things like that. People, you can't say what's going to inspire you. So I literally take Kelly McDonald's from Crossface Productions, her photos, and when she's done posting them all, I scroll through the photos, and I'll look at them one day, and I'll go to bed, and nothing inspires me. I'll go through the next day, I'll look, nothing inspires me. And, it might take 3 or 4 times to look through those posters, and finally I see one, and I'm like, you know what? I go, that would be kind of a cool poster, and then that's where my graphic design thing kind of comes in play. So I just want to say that because I've got a million people ask at me. I fought for you 12 times. I've never been on a poster. I did this. I did that.
You never
you
made
know?
a face like this.
That's
Well,
honestly,
yeah.
yeah, you gotta grow a beard, and honestly,
Well-
it makes me kind of happy to hear that.
You know, so there's
Kinda
no
funny.
thought like, hey, I got to
Yeah.
put this kid on the poster. It's literally
Yeah, you
if
do.
creative people.
Yeah.
If you know, like, if you're a photographer out there, you walk by a flower and it's like some reason it just hits you and you want to take a picture of that.
Well-
you weren't set out to do that. It inspired you.
You
I
do a
can't-
good mix of like getting the posters and the ticket pictures to be good action shots.
Yeah.
You get a lot of those on there, but this is just such raw emotion. And you've had one. You were on a poster that was similar to this. You got
Yeah.
a legendary photo of you after a big win. There's something about winning a fight. You just ended a man's life with a referee stopping it just before it was that. And it's just such raw emotion. And a picture that encapsulates it, such as this, it's definitely worthy of being on display.
That's
So-
the third time. You know, like you said, we've done 34 events now, and there's been I think 3 times that I've used like emotion-inspired picture.
Yeah.
One with Richie. Was that your win after?
That was my first one.
Your first win. Now
So that
Richie,
was-
you know, he lost 3 in a row. His first 3 fights
I
of his
know. I
career,
hear that about you.
and then
I can't believe it.
he won. And that photo was just so emotional. And it was a great inspiration for that for that poster.
Yeah, Kelly she just like captured like the perfect moment of
Mm.
like it was my first win after like going through all that,
Yeah.
you know,
Probably
bullshit.
wanting to quit,
Like,
maybe, I
right?
don't- you
Like
know?
fucking thinking about like maybe this isn't for me, like
Yep.
you know. So she really like just captured like all my emotion in that one picture, and I was like, Mike, this would make a great poster, and you
Yeah.
finally did it.
Yeah.
Even kind of like that, like he was saying, like, oh, like the tough nights, like I had, like even before having a fight, like
Yeah.
I was thinking, dude, I'm never even gonna get that one amateur fight. Like you know, you gotta earn it. Like I'm sure, same way with your gym, you gotta earn the fight. You can't just come in and, hey, Bill, get me a fight, and he gets you a fight. You gotta earn it. So,
Yep.
though I definitely feel you on the raw emotion,
Yeah.
like feeling like you're never gonna get there, and
Well-
that's basically what that is.
Well, fight
Yeah,
camp's
well-
never supposed to be easy.
Yeah, when these photos came out, before any poster came out. I mean, 2 weeks after the fights. I think I might have called you when these pictures came out to compliment you on having the wherewithal. I mean, Kelly captures the emotions, but you were in the ring. They were announcing your 6-second
Yeah.
knockout win after the first amateur fight of your career, and you had the wherewithal to find the camera and express that emotion.
True.
I mean, that's tough. You guys know how it is. Everything's moving so fast and quick. You know, you should be proud of
Yeah.
yourself for.
I think I bull rushed Kelly to get that photo. I was just
well, I
like
mean,
ran at him.
Yeah.
It ended up being a poster and a ticket.
Yeah.
And you piss people off, so you're doing something.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
You know, and that's the other thing always with our posters. You know, somebody when they see your poster or the picture on the poster, they'll send me a message. Hey, this, and they'll send me a picture of themselves. Be like, I think this would make a great poster, and it's like, I also only use pictures from the event prior.
Why wouldn't you?
So it's like I can go back and there might have been 20 photos that Kelly got 3 events ago that would make great posters, but I have a formula. They have to be from the event previous, and they have to be something that just inspires me. And
Staying semi-relevant almost.
stains,
kinda
yeah,
like the last
and then what I also do, I use a like a designer's platform where they throw ideas out there, and I look at other people's posters and look for inspiration that way. But that's a great picture. So I know I got probably at least a dozen, and every time I go to a gym, I actually was at a gym on Tuesday. I'm not going to say who, but they actually said to me, they would question me on the poster, and I actually brought up every poster I did to show that there was no favoritism in who I was putting on the posters and what gyms I was putting on the posters. I think actually Lozon's gym might have the most people that are on the poster with Randy, Devin, and a couple other guys. But I actually literally pulled my computer up and was scrolling through all the posters we did just to prove that there was no favoritism. So, long-winded segment on that part, but I wanted to get that out there because I know I've been questioned.
It's just a beard. You just gotta grow a good beard. You'll be on post. It'll be fine.
Plus, he set
Or
the
mustache.
record for fastest knockout,
Okay,
so he
Shayton's
kind of
history.
earned
I mean,
it.
that
I know.
kind of. I don't care if Mike says he doesn't play favoritism. I mean, as a businessman, that should catapult that to the top anyway. Not that you were thinking about that when it happened, but I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, Lally got the 7-second knockout,
yeah, no,
and he had the record before you, and that wasn't on the poster because there's a lot of things that go into the inspiration, like which way are you facing the camera? Like
Yep.
Lally's knockout, his back was to the camera, and I think you actually
we were
asked
talking,
me.
yeah.
You literally asked me. He goes, "How come my photo wasn't on the poster?" And I go. And I
was a
pulled up
great
the
picture,
photo, and
you
it was a
said,
great picture, and
that
I pulled it
angle.
up, and I was like, I didn't like the angle, your head was a little tilted, it wasn't looking really towards the camera, kind of looked off in the distance. The ref was in the photo. I really wasn't just a fan of it, and I kind of walked them through my thought process why I didn't make it a.
And I actually agreed with you at that point,
Yeah,
which is
you know.
that's like a low percentage with me and him.
So it's a funny topic to talk about, but it actually means something to people,
Well,
which amazes me.
it's an overlooked process of it all. You know what I mean? I mean, you have to. These things have to be eye catching, and because let's face it,
You should curl his mustache up and be like, put a little French cap on him. A beast.
well, you're not
Beast
appealing.
down.
You're not appealing to guys like us, like the fans out there that come to every Cage Titans promote show because they're coming. You know, they're buying tickets. You want to appeal to the people that don't always come.
Yeah.
You're appealing to the casual fan because you want them to start coming all the time. You want them to become the hardcore Cage Titans fans.
Yeah.
So I can understand.
I do put a lot of effort in that because the marketing materials is a big piece. I did talk about before, and it's a story that's documented. My first fight, I got a Word document printed on construction paper as a poster to promote the event that I was fighting at. And with my background in marketing, I just said when I start Cage Titans, I'm going to make sure I give people high quality things, and it's not just, hey, go sell tickets and not give them anything to help promote it, because my job is a promoter, and it's to give you materials and help promote you guys, not just say you're glorified salesman and go out and sell tickets for me with nothing to back it up.
Hey, you're doing something right. You sell out every show.
Well, I know from other fighters, I've never fought for anybody but you, and I know from fighters that have jumped around fighting other promotions, it's easiest to sell Cage Titans tickets.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, even if the people don't know 10 guys on the cards, they understand that if they go to Plymouth Memorial Hall, they're going to see a good show, it's going to be a good
All
time.
great
I,
fights.
you know,
my one fight, I sold like 60 tickets.
You know?
It, was
It
just,
makes it
that was
easier
it.
when you
It's so
say,
easy
hey,
to sell.
Cage Titans, you know?
Especially the venue too. I mean, that's
venue.
one of the big things is like,
Not a bad seat. No.
I can't afford anything other than like a balcony ticket or whatever. I'm like, dude,
I'd rather
balcony
sit in the
seats are
balcony
awesome.
than
Like
anything.
there isn't a bad seat in the house.
I miss the balcony seats, honestly.
Yeah.
I'm sitting cage side now. I only got one angle.
Oh, boo-hoo.
Balcony, I walk around, stop
You get
by.
blood
sit
splatter
down.
on it.
Get blood on me. Oh,
Get
it's
blood
like
on
sober.
It's like
That's the biggest thing Andy hates about commentary. He's like, I got it. If you can't tell, I think we have to have an intervention. And one thing in the 4 episodes that we've been kind of
That's the next
recording
episode,
is,
actually.
is Andy's intervention. But Andy's like,
Sweat.
Andy's like, I can't drink. Your beer girls are mad at me because I'm not there drinking anymore. They're losing money. He's like, can I please have some
I
drinks?
would go to the China Bistro and slam down like 4 Mai Tais
And then come
after
in.
pre-gaming in the vehicle on the way down and the house on the way down.
Oh, way to
I'd
give the
get
cops
there.
something. To
yeah, I know,
Yeah,
dude.
I know.
What the?
Don't ask questions. and then no, I wasn't driving.
Luckily, we know a cop. Frank's a cop. Frank's
Yeah,
who's
right.
also fighting on this guy. You know.
But then I'd get in there, and I would be half in the bag, and I would slug as many Twisted Teas and Budweisers that I could throughout the night, and they'd always sell out of it by the end of it. So then by the time that it's over and I'm hitting the car, I'm sober by the time I get home.
Well, I think
Intervention. I don't have a problem. I've got a skill.
I have a skill
Yeah, everyone else
set.
has a problem with it. Yeah.
Listen,
Every
Disclaimer-
particular.
Hey,
set
disclaimer
of
for
rules.
all the kids who are that could be watching this.
Don't do
we
what
don't
I do.
condone that.
do what I do.
That's one thing I
Totally
have. One thing I have to remember because like on our Snapchat, Instagram, and all that stuff. Those are accounts that I run. I'll be going through Snapchat and it's like a story of like a 14-year-old kid in his math class. So like when I give these fighters like the Snapchat takeover and it's F-bomb, this and
Do what
Best
these
Snapchat
guys
takeover
do
ever.
and stay healthy. Don't do what I do. I have no goals or aspirations. It's like if I make it to 50, that's all right. But
Sign him up for 50 right now.
it's like I'm all set with that.
Yeah.
But
But that's one thing I always have to remember. It's like, he's scrolling through that Facebook, and I've had to have a couple talks with fighters and be like, guys, enough on the Snapchat with this. You do have some 14, 15-year-old kid that is looking up to you, and I know that, and it's kind of a weird situation. I don't know how you guys can speak to it. I know we only got 2 more minutes, but maybe we can end on this before our 6-second challenge. But
which I'm not involved with this week.
yeah, this is, but
Money.
like kids looking up to you, and it's a weird level now that with us, like it's like, who cares, and you might have that mentality, but I've had to have a talk with a couple fighters as of late, like hey, remember that as you continually progress in the sport, it's not just 30 people of your close friends that are watching you on these social media accounts and things like that. You have a lot of fans that you might not even know that are watching, so you got to kind of keep a handle on that. Has that crossed? I mean, your mind at all? I don't
think-
think I've had that talk with you yet.
I think it may stay in the back of my head a little more because I have my own kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, that stays in my head. I never want them, even 15 years down the road, I never want them to Google dad's name and see a shitty video of me
Exactly.
doing something bad that I
Nope.
told them not to do or something like that, I want to be able to have that, that type of dignity, But I think it's cool. I mean, like I said, my kids stay in my head all the time. I think one of my biggest drives, as a matter of fact, is like, my kids get to come to the gym with me, hang out with all the fighters, fighters come over and say hi to them. They think it's the coolest thing. And
Dude,
shit, when I was 5, if I was living like that, I would have thought it was the coolest thing too,
I was saying hi to your kids when I was over last weekend.
Right.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Great.
it's something that I think about. But you being,
Yeah.
a younger guy, no children or anything, does that ever cross your mind?
I actually, it's funny that you should mention that. Like, obviously, I don't have kids, but when it hit me is when I walked out of the cage after the first fight. Like,
the
obviously,
kids.
they do it for pretty much everybody
Yeah,
from
but
South
still.
Shore. But like all like the South Shore kids and like in the kids classes, there was like 20 of them when I walked out, and I remember being like, wow, like this is crazy. Like all these like little faces looking up, like, dude, that was awesome. Like that's when it hit me. And not that like I do anything that that would be.
No, you're probably the best example.
I'm pretty low key and boring, but like seeing that, it was like, dude, like maybe not so much look up to me, but like it was cool for them. It was cool for me too, just seeing their reaction. So that's when I kind of hit.
I see Andy looking at the clock. What do you got?
Well, we've gone through 16 minutes and a half, which
So,
usually means that about time to wrap it up.
So why don't we wrap it and then we'll hit you with the 6-second challenge.
Easy,
And
man.
come back next week.
Cage Titan Snapchat
Easy
from
man.
math class to tit pics. You never know. All right, so it's Saturday morning. We didn't think things through. We didn't have so much time to prepare.
Sober Titans.
We got him, and I'm sober. I'm off the hook today. But we got a crazy psychopath of Mike DiNella,
Right.
who has his own shirt. So he's gonna down a K-cup like a shot in 6 seconds and not vomit all
Raw
over
coffee.
me. Raw coffee.
We got the timer ready?
Oh,
Yeah,
well, I got
just
you.
get the 6 seconds going, Mr.
Hold on.
One Punch.
I got you.
You're the reason for this madness.
I know.
This is the easy money.
We could play
No
his
money
vi-
involved. This is just easy
I know.
nothing.
It's the same.
This is nothing.
He's so old.
Me?
Yeah,
He's younger than you.
I know he is, but he acts like he's 45.
I'm 24,
He's
guys.
like, 3 kids, 3 wives.
My goal
Alright.
in life is to make it to 60, never married, no children, only have like 2 or 3
Well,
trophy
you
wives
have-
that only
you
love
Can we
have
get to the
laid-
challenge,
You have laid a
please?
good base. Tell
All
me
right.
when we're ready.
All right, we're just going right.
Ready, set, go.
Go.
1, 2, what the
That's longer than 6.
Nope. Stop. 9.4.
What did I just watch? It made no sense. Why did you do that?
Why did we do
This is why we do things at a bar, not a doctor's house. Anyhow, pleasure having you.
Easy
Chris
money.
O'Brien, pleasure
Thanks,
having you.
appreciate
Mr. Dana White, always a pleasure. Richie, hey,
Thanks,
we'll
guys.
see you at a regular place next time when I can get drunk again and start doing stupid shit. Titans out.